and you must take these tablets, which will dampen your creativity, your sensitivity, your awareness. They will damage your sexuality. You've got to do this because you're sick, and we can see it, but you can't. Now that is that to me is the catastrophe that has to be exposed. The general public needs to know where their hundreds of millions of dollars of research money is going and where their billions upon billions of dollars.
All right, everyone. Good morning to everyone joining this broadcast right here, right now. This is African Portal Radio TV International. It has been a very great day, and it's already Monday morning. So good morning from South Africa, from Pretoria, in our studio in Waterkloof here. We just want to celebrate every single one born on this special day. And those of you that you are born in the month of June, we celebrate your month and we celebrate you, as today is the last Monday in the month of June. So we want to use this time to celebrate everyone born in the month of June. And as we are looking forward to the month of July, that is going to be a great month, my month. So we are just looking forward to it and celebrating those that are born in the month of July. We celebrate everyone born in the month of July, and we celebrate everyone that born in the month of August, and also those who are born in the month of July as well will celebrate every one of you. Welcome to the African Portal this morning. It's going to be a great morning from our studio here in Pretoria. So please join us. Let's do it together. Together we can, together we will. So the more you share this program, the more you give it opportunity to go viral. So I'm just waiting for my guests to also connect with us in the studio, that we are going to be having this conversation together. Let's talk about ourselves. Let's talk about Africa that we want to see. Let's talk about the great things that we want to happen in this great continent, Africa. Why is it that this continent is not growing? And upon that, we are still fighting ourselves. We still hate ourselves in a continent that we are so behind. We are not one of the best continents in the world. And still, the system that has been designed for many years is still working in us. Divide and rule system is still working within us. And it's a very sad thing that we still have the continent that's so behind in mindset, in thinking, in reasoning. I posted something on social media, on Facebook on Wednesday, and I'm so surprised the response of South Africans on that post. I'm so surprised. I don't know where this hatred is coming from. I don't know why we hate ourselves so much. In the video, I mentioned somebody is living in the country for 30 years, 30 good years, and is a South African ID holder. And everybody is asking me, where did he get ID? But stupid of us, somebody is here from Germany, 20 years. He has citizenship, and we embrace her and say, you are part of us. You can see something is wrong with our brain. We are not growing. We are still behind. Our reasoning faculty, the way we see things is very funny. We need to wake up to the reality of the time. Africa, we can do better than what we are doing right now. Africa, we are not designed in this way. We are not designed to hate ourselves. This is not who we are. Please, let's get it right. Let's do something better than what we are doing right now. It's so disappointing to see Africa behaving in this manner. In a continent that we all blacks, this is our continent. You can never be a foreigner in your continent. This is where we belong. If South Africa don't want to welcome anybody in their country, they will need to remove their land out of this continent and go elsewhere. This is Africa. In as much they are still part of this continent, people will still be coming here. And I repeat, people will still be coming here. Africa will still be living side by side in the African continent. This is African continent. If you are not happy with that, you are free to move yourself out of this continent and go elsewhere and go and plant your whole land and claim that you people should leave your land, and you can go and be staying alone, because this is Africa. This is where we belong. The skin that we have is the problem. Our skin is the problem. Is what is not making us progress, and we need to come out of this dark brain that we are carrying around. We need to come up. And African leaders, you need to do better than what you are doing. African Union, if there's anything like that, I think it's time for you to arise and fight for the African citizen. Thank you very much, Nico. You are not connecting with us because your video and your camera is not on. Please, can you log out and log in again so that we can be able to have a great communication? We already set. We are just about to get into the business of today. It's Monday morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the African Portal Radio. Thank you. This is another beautiful week, and it's going to be a great week. Guess what? It's going to be a great week. This is the first broadcast this week, this Monday, and it's hoping for my birthday celebration. So from now till Saturday, it's going to be back-to-back broadcast. It's going to be great celebration. Join me on Saturday. We are going to be having a great time. We need 10 people that will join us at People's Island Restaurant on Saturday night as we are rounding up the celebration. So the African Porter, Joshua Ludaroluso birthday celebration start now. So we are already dedicated this whole week, and we're going to end it on Sunday with the Thanksgiving in church. So we have series of program that is coming up. This is one of them. Speaking to the community, reaching out to our community, giving to the less privileged, having back-to-back broadcasts. We are going to be hosting different people. Latoya Walker will be joining us from America. And guess what? On Saturdays, America, also Independence Day, July 4th. So we're going to be having a lot of people speaking on this broadcast. Budi will be joining us, and also my great friend will be joining us as well. That is Andrew Mason will be joining us. And also locally, we also have a lot of people that will be joining us on the African Portal. Mariboma will be joining us. IC Thomas will be joining us. We have a series of programs that will be coming up on the African Portal. So join this celebration. Let's do it together. It's going to be a great celebration. And I want to celebrate every single one born on this day. Happy birthday to those of you that you are born in the month of June. We celebrate you on the African Portal. We wish you long life and prosperity. Yeah, on the African Portal, we celebrate Adenike Aderele. Today is your birthday. We celebrate you in style. And also we celebrate one of our very own that is one of the great men in Ghana, one of the Yoruba leaders in Ghana. We celebrate this special day with you. That is Are Onokakaofo of the Yoruba in Ghana. That is one of the great leader of our community in Ghana. Said Smith, we celebrate you, sir. We celebrate this special day with you. And everyone born in the month of June will celebrate you on the African Portal is time. We say, may the Lord bless your new age. And we say, may the Lord bless your pocket. More money in your account. Happy birthday to every single one of you. Bonjour to everyone listening to us in other parts of the world. Hello to everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to everyone. Let's get to the business of the day. Welcome to the African Portal Radio TV International. It's a good day. Let's quickly join our guest in the studio. Let's have the conversation. Let me bring in our very own Nicola Khoury. Nicola, it's a good pleasure to have you again on the African Portal. How are you this morning?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
I hope it's not too cold where you are.
It's freezing.
It's freezing.
Yes. For me, this place is so cold. South Africa has turned winter very fast, and the spaces that I'm in are just built in the times where South Africa was just very, very, very warm all year round.
Indeed, indeed. So those of you that you are in England, I hear there is a heat wave in England, so you can travel down to Africa. South Africa is we have winter in South Africa right now, so you can come to Africa, come and get some cold. If it's too hot on that side, please come to Africa, come and get some cold here in South Africa. And in December as well, when it's winter in America, in England, we can also travel to England to get some cold as well. So that's how God created it. God makes sure that it balances it. So when it's cold somewhere, it's hot somewhere, and when it's hot somewhere, it's cold somewhere. That is great God, and that is why we need ourselves. That is why we cannot hate ourselves. That is why we cannot walk against ourselves. It's so frustrating to see Africa behaving in the manner we are behaving in the last few months is so disappointing, and it's not the fault of the Africans. I think it's the fault of the some community leader and some political leaders that is firing all this hate speech for them to gain access to the heart of the people. I think that is one of the problems we are facing in Africa. We have some leaders that believe that dividing Africa will give them opportunity to have access to people, and it's so alarming. It's going crazy. I mean, all these political parties doing this in South Africa, especially Action SA and also Patriotic Alliance and some other party. This is not the best way to campaign or to get the attention of people. This is not the best way. You cannot divide the people all because of your selfish, your own selfish agenda. That is not the best way. There's always a very big manifesto. There's always a very big things that you can use to campaign than to be dividing the people. This is not the best thing to do. I think we need to wake up to the reality of the time now as an Africa. I think it's time for us to think out of the box, because we are definitely in the box. Our brain has been boxed, and we are thinking in that divide and rule manner. And we think that is the best way for us to continue. It's not the best way. We are planting the seed of destruction in our community. Anyway, let's get to the business of the day. It's a great pleasure to have you again here, Nicholas. How are you doing this morning?
Yes, I'm doing very well. I've been working very hard over the last few weeks, but more intensively over the last few days, as 30th of June is coming up very soon. This is the day that March and March had stated that, it decided it's the day that all illegal immigrants from South Africa are going to migrate and move out of the country. And as a South African citizen, I have many different viewpoints about this, but I don't think it's wrong to want the law in place and have non-documented people out. But that's not, I am more about, guys, we've been speaking about unity for so long. If this is the one action that we're going to take and get the law in place in South Africa, I'm not against getting the law in place in South Africa. I'm very much, let's implement the law, let's have the right laws in place, but then let's do this with humanity. Let's do this with like decency and trust across people, because if we're going to increase trust in South Africa, we do need to do what we say, and but we need to also monitor what's going to happen with people, because we don't want to be in the position where we have a massacre. That is for sure. On the other hand, this is besides any of my viewpoints, and also supports my viewpoint very well. I don't care what your color is, what your race is, what country you're from, if you were born in 2000 or you were born yesterday. I have something that I feel like applies to every single person. Even if you're born in 1970s, this applies to you. I used to have it on my profile picture, this picture of Nelson Mandela reading this book. And when I was 12 years old, I was in front of Nelson Mandela, and he said to me, wow, this book, if we were to all follow this book, we would have a changed country in South Africa. And I said, yeah. That ignited something in me to go, let me try and see how far I can push this book over to people. Because honestly, we've tried it in many cases where we've just spread the book, spread the knowledge of the book, and people start to read it and go, oh, I can act better, or oh, I can use or do the situation, change the situation in such a way so that it's good for everyone involved. And again, I am in no disagreement of South Africa putting the law in place and demanding that the law is followed. That's not my disagreement at all. But in The Way to Happiness, so this is called The Way to Happiness. And you're very welcome to ask me questions, Joshua. I'm just going ahead with this. But this is The Way to Happiness. This book is sponsored by the Church of Scientology as a non-religious, common sense guide to better living, so that all people of the earth can have a sense of how to be happy. There's no guarantee you're going to be happy, but there is a guideline that you can use to be happy. And this is what I'm showing you here is a portfolio for anyone who would like to take this on and push it forward, because we care about you. And the Church of Scientology sponsored these portfolios. They sponsor these DVDs, and we are about to sponsor something very, very, very cool, which will be released very soon. But we will have, like we have at the back here, I have a leather-bound Way to Happiness. We are able to put the Way to Happiness into different languages, so it's all available for everyone across the world. In the Way to Happiness, it says, do not murder. It says, do not do anything illegal. It says to help a person of goodwill. And these are very common sense, right? And if you were to apply this in your life, and you apply this to the situation right now, we can have a much peaceful situation. Honestly, it's about getting this communication over to every single person involved. We can handle these situations without murder, and we can handle these situations with common decency and with communication alone, right? And I understand that there's a lot to fix and we don't want to overwhelm ourselves, but we do want to take the right steps. And part of the right steps is to have human decency and actually solve these situations properly, right? We have set a good example, so it's up to each one of us to set a good example for another, right? In the Way to Happiness here, it says there are many people want influences. The influence can be good or it can be bad. If one conducts his life to keep those recommendations, one is setting a good example. Others around one cannot help but be influenced by this, no matter what they say. Anyone trying to discourage you is trying to do so because they factually mean you harm and are seeking to serve their own ends. Deep down, they will respect you. Your own survival chances will be bettered in the long run, since others' influence will become less of a threat. There are other benefits. Don't discount the effort you can achieve on others simply by mentioning these things and setting a good example in your own right. Okay, so if you were to read, don't discount the effect you can achieve on others simply by mentioning these things and setting a good example in your own right. Okay, so if you read The Way to Happiness, Set a Good Example, you can read that word for word by L. Ron Hubbard, who wrote this. And honestly, this book changed lives so many times in my own eyes. I've had people come up to me saying, listen, thank you so much for giving me this book. I've given it to others and my life just got better because they started realizing things in their own life, and then my life got better. I've had children come up to me saying, thank you so much for doing your seminar, because when I took the book home to my parents, they stopped actually abusing alcohol, and they stopped abusing the life that we have, and actually started doing something about it and taking care of us more, and they got rid of the negative influences in our lives. So thank you so much, because obviously whatever they read in this book got them to realize, hey, I can have a better life and I can actually take on life more responsibly. So I truly encourage you to take a look at this website. You can go onto www.thewaytohappiness.org, and there you go. So www.thewaytohappiness.org, and order your own kit, order your own books, and read this book, share it with others. Okay, the happiness or unhappiness of others you could name is important to you. Without too much trouble, using this book, you can help them survive and lead happier lives. The Way to Happiness. All right? And yeah, so we have been working alongside a lot of our people in South Africa to ensure that this knowledge has gotten around to as many people as possible. Of course, this is basically a starting point, because now there is a need to actually hold this Way to Happiness book and actually change lives and improve the situations that we're in. In South Africa, we are planning on being an amazing country, and I know that because of the people that I speak with, and I know that there is a lot of courage and a lot of perseverance to make this the best country possible. And the thing is that we are working alongside South Africans, and we do need to include the fact that there is this continent for sure. The Way to Happiness is not biased to country, it's not biased to people, color, race, country, anything like that, right? As I said. So, so if The Way to Happiness indicates to you as something that's can actually make a difference in your country and in the life that you're living in, please let me know either through Joshua, or Joshua, you can put my number up on the screen. Just find out from me more data. You can go onto the website and for free get a kit of your own, so that you have some copies of The Way to Happiness, as well as a guide of how to teach it to others. And yeah, and if this is not for you, then I'm just going to say that there is something in The Way to Happiness that will be for you, because there is nothing in The Way to Happiness that is not for any other person on the world. Like, let me just say it like this. There's nothing in The Way to Happiness that doesn't speak to a person, okay? So I want to get that understood by people. There is nothing that one person in this world will not relate to in The Way to Happiness. Not one person doesn't want to be happy. Not one person doesn't want to see a life where they can actually enjoy themselves, where they can actually smile at another, where they can actually feel like they belong, feel like others want them and others love and appreciate them. So this Way to Happiness booklet goes over 21 precepts, 21 ways to be happy, all right? And let me read this out to you from here. Okay, we first got take care of yourself, okay? This booklet is designed to go through your entire life and your entire existence of living, of doing well, of being happy in all areas of life. Take care of yourself. Don't take harmful drugs, and don't put alcohol to abuse. Don't be promiscuous, meaning don't be sexually promiscuous. Love and help children. Honor and help your parents. Set a good example. Seek to live with the truth. Do not murder. Do not do anything illegal. Support a government designed and run for all the people. Do not harm a person of goodwill. Safeguard and improve your environment. Do not steal. Be worthy of trust. Fulfill your obligations. All right, so if you have something that you're supposed to be doing, do it, accomplish it, make it go right to do so, right? That's an obligation. Or if you have a job to do, or if you promise that you made, fulfill your obligations, okay? Be industrious, all right? Find something good to do. Find something worthy of doing and do it. Do the work, okay? Make things right. Okay, 17 is be competent. That means to be extremely, be really good at what you're doing. Be so skilled at what you're doing that you can't make mistakes on it anymore. Being competent means that you truly can take any situation, any job, any hobby, anything, and just turn it into being professional at it, okay? You do a really good job at it. Okay, so be competent. 18 is respect the religious beliefs of others. Number 19 is try not to do to others that you would not like them to do to you. And then number 20 is try to treat others the way you would like to be treated. Okay, and number 21 is flourish and prosper. So all of them applied into your life would change one's life. All right, the whole book goes over how do you apply and use each of those precepts so that you can fully master each precept in your life, and so that you can actually, take on your life with the Way to Happiness in place. So The Way to Happiness is working quite a lot here in South Africa. I know that we have representatives in Nigeria too. I know that we have representatives around Africa. I know that we have representatives around the world with The Way to Happiness. But the more that we speak about The Way to Happiness, the more that we're able to encourage people to follow the precepts of The Way to Happiness so that we can have a calmer, better, more joyous world. And yes, please get in touch with Joshua or myself in regarding The Way to Happiness so that you can get your own copy and you can start your own group of sharing The Way to Happiness. Again, it is sponsored by the Church of Scientology, which means that these booklets are sponsored. It's mostly when you purchase the booklets, it is a paid thing because it's a lot to print, but the church has done whatever it can to make the materials available so that you can actually do something about it. It sponsors the free education kit. It sponsors the website. It sponsors everything. There's a free section on the website, so you can use all of that. And yes, so it's there for you to use and to make use of it. If you have any other questions, please let me know. And thank you so much. I'm going to turn over to Joshua again.
All right. Thank you so much, Nicholas. It's a great opportunity to have you once again. Thank you so much for all those information. And those of you that you are connecting with us, no matter where you are, no matter the country you reside, happiness is very important. One of the things that we think we don't have in this continent is that people are living with absence of the happiness. They are not happy with themselves, talk less, or they want to be happy with others. Because you can imagine that if you are happy with yourself, you will look at the other people doing their own business and you close their business down, and you can still go back to bed in the night and sleep. That means something is wrong with your head. You cannot be destructive and be behaving like animals and believing that that is the right way to go. I mean, we are in 2026. You can imagine when every other people around the world are using the technology to develop themselves, and they are making a lot of money. We are busy fighting ourselves. It's very sad to look at this continent. They call it dark continent, but I don't see it as a dark continent, it's a bright continent. But our behaviors have shown that truly it's a dark continent because we are still dark in brain. The black man in the dark place. That is exactly what is going on with us. And the solution to that is what Nicholas is just talking about right now. Nicholas, let's quickly engage you on this. We're talking about happiness. Happiness. What is the way to happiness?
So there's 21 ways to happiness. It's like you have to take care of yourself. You have 8 parts in your life. You have yourself, you have your family, you have your friends, you have the world at large, you have the environment that you live in, you have people of a spiritual nature, and then you have that godlike ethic within you. Something that tells you this is the way to go, right? And the problem is that not everyone knows the way to go. Not everyone knows, is this God telling me or is this something else? And The Way to Happiness very simply puts into perspective what is the good way to go. What would God say to you, right? What would be the way that God would want you to go and push you forward in? And there's a part in The Way to Happiness which says respect the religious beliefs of others. And for me, I respect all religions. And some people believe in God, some people don't. And I'm okay with either. Point is that you do need some sort of ethic. You do need some sort of system that says you're in the good or you are not in the good, which means you have a way to determine, are you going forward and doing okay? Or is there something you need to do to improve? And honestly, the way to happiness is knowing that you can be improving at all times, knowing that things can get better, knowing that things are getting better. And you will not be happy if you cannot see a future ahead of you. And I don't think there's one person on this world who wakes up and is like, oh, I'm happy only because I don't know what's going on. Right? I mean, yes, children usually, you'll find them very happy and they're usually taken care of. You'll find that they're already taken care of. Their family loves them. They have friends. there's there's they know that the world is safe. And as an adult, we want that too. We want that. We know that the world is safe around us. So in actuality, it's up to us to create that, knowing that the world is safe. It's up to us to understand and trust one another and be worthy of trust that another person is going to help us forward. And if we get enough people to realize that there is being worthy of trust, meaning you have to take actions to get another person's trust in your hands, that's going to make you happy. You're going to feel valuable, and they're going to feel valuable because they can trust you, and you're going to feel valuable because you are valuable enough to this world that other people will be able to trust you. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Because of our time, we have just about 10 minutes to round up, about 5 minutes to round up with you.
Okay.
Let's quickly look at how can one conduct a life in regards to the way to happiness.
Sure. So read the book. You can get the book from www.thewaytohappiness.org. Read it, apply it. Take one chapter at a time. For example, if you have a really hard time just in life, and you just want to know that you can be happy, just make your bed, for example. That's the first thing. Boom, make your bed. Brush your teeth. Do good. Okay, do good on your body. Okay. Then you get on to the next things. Make sure that you're not taking drugs. Make sure you're not drinking alcohol. Good. Thank you very much. And then do the next thing. Take care of, like, don't be promiscuous. Go with one partner and stay with them and create with them. Then the next one. Like, don't go with too many at once. It actually creates unhappiness because you're lacking trust. You don't, the people don't know, your partners don't know who is your partner, and you don't know exactly who's your partner. It can create distrust. So just go with one partner, be with them, stick with them, and I just say one partner at a time. Okay, if it doesn't work out with them, just we want it to work out ideally, but it's one partner at a time. Okay, it develops trust that way. Okay, love and help children. So go and help children. Just find a child, help it. Find a group of children, help them. Okay, help your own children, grow them. All right. Get them to honor and help your parents, but you can also honor and help your own parents. And just take this book one step at a time. And you're going to find eventually that you are going to feel so good about yourself that there's just so much happiness. And good things come to those who are happy as well. And like, it's easier to help a person who's happy. I would say, do that. Of course, everyone deserves good. So I always have that viewpoint of everyone deserves good, whether you are really unhappy or not. I know that there is good that you deserve. And honestly, the more you can conduct your life in such a way that it improves to happiness and wellness and you flourishing and prospering, then that is the way to happiness.
All right, that is the way to happiness. The happiness we're talking about is what comes within. So if you don't have happiness within yourself, it will be difficult for you to give happiness to other people because you cannot give what you don't have. So that is why this book is very important. So go to www.thewaytohappiness.com. Go and get this book. Nicholas, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. And you have already let us know that this book is sponsored by the Church of Scientology, and we want to give it to them for doing that great work to make sure that we distribute the information that we help. The African Portal is also powering this program to make sure that we circulate this book across the globe and also to help somebody out there. So if you are struggling with addiction, maybe you are addicted to any form of things, whether the alcohol, smoking, or whatever, you can as well contact us. The phone is on the number is on the screen, and you can go to the website as well. And at the same time, if you are not happy with yourself and you want to be happy with yourself, have God in your life. I think that is one of the best things that you can do for yourself. Have God in your life. That is the only way that you can be happy. If a life without God is a life without happiness, and that is what it is. So have God in your life. If you don't believe in God, it will be very difficult for you to also believe in yourself. So please, let's get that right, and let's do what is right to other people. Do to people what you want people to do to you. If you cannot take it, don't do it to others. It's a simple terminology. You know, if you look at the Holy Bibles, it says it in all the Holy Bibles, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So it will be very difficult for you if you don't love yourself. You cannot love your neighbor. It's not possible. So a lot of people don't love themselves. A lot of people don't love themselves. So if you don't love yourself, you can't love others. So love yourself first, then you love others. So it will come naturally and it will flow naturally. And also, the way to happiness is what Nicholas just mentioned to us. Nicholas, I really appreciate you coming out to be part of this broadcast. I really appreciate you as well. Talking about the happiness in times such as this, when when South Africa is going through a lot, when there's so much disorder in our continent, also in our countries. But what we are calling for is peace. What we are calling for is happiness. We are the ambassador of peace, the African porter. What we are here for is to also promote peace and joy among the people, love. And also, the strongest part of them is love. You know, if you love someone, you won't hurt them. It's because we don't love ourselves. That is why all this hatred, that is why all these things that is going on. If we love ourselves, you cannot fight somebody that you love. But when you don't love people, you will fight them. We understand that there's so many things happening. We call some people undocumented. How come they become undocumented? What make them to become undocumented? Those are the things we need to look at. Anarchy in the country is not something that can solve the problem. If there are people that is doing wrong, the law should be able to deal with them. That is why the law is in place. This country have one of the best constitutional law across the globe. It's one of the best. So the law is there to protect everyone, and the law is there to fight everyone that is doing wrong. So why do we need to take things into our own hands and leave the law to deal with the situation? Why do we need to be the one going around checking people who is legal, who is not legal? I mean, what order do we have? What qualification do we have to do that? So taking laws to our hands is a suicide mission. So let's rather do the right thing at the right time. Let's leave the law to deal with the situation. And for those of you that you think that causing problem in the community and the society is the best way of life, for you to gain access to the heart of the people, you will also regret it, because your children is still going to eat out of the fruit that you are planting. So, but one thing is that Africa is a beautiful continent with so much blessings upon it. Our land is blessed, our atmosphere is blessed, and everything about Africa is blessed. I remember Africa is our business. The African Portal, the voice of Africa. We promote everything that have to do with Africa. We believe in Africa. We believe so much in Africa. This is our daily business, and this is what we do. The unity of this continent is paramount, and that is why it's been attacked every time. If you look at it, the unity of Africa has always been attacked, because they know that is where our strength lies. If we unite, we can achieve a lot. Our currency, our economy will grow, and will be one of the best in the world. So let's fight for our freedom, because we don't have freedom right now. We are still in prison. Let's fight for our freedom. In the real sense, the definition of the freedom is not what we think it is. In the real sense, let's fight for our freedom. Let us be mentally freed, because there is no deliverance you can do to anybody than the mental deliverance. And there is no freedom that anybody can have than the mental freedom. So you need to be free mentally before you can be free physically. Thank you, Nicholas, for coming in to be part of this conversation. I believe this is the beginning of the celebration of my birthday. My birthday is coming up on Saturday. So this Monday, we have started from you, and it's going to be continued like that. There will be a lot of program coming up. We are going to also visit it. I'm going to communicate with you about it as well. I think we need to donate some of the book as well to some of the places across the country as well. And also we need to go to less privilege and also give something to the less privileged, and also reach out to the less privileged. In the absence of that, do you have something you want to say before we say goodbye?
No, I really do appreciate being here, and I really thank you, and we definitely must do something. I do have some ideas on going to these places. And I do think that the more people who have the way to happiness in their hands, they're going to be able to truly take upon in their own life what their way to happiness is, like how they want to conduct their lives. Of course, this is the way to happiness, and it's a guide. It's a common sense guide. I'm encouraging people to do it, right? It's not, it's, I mean, you can consider it a Bible, but I'm encouraging, right? Everyone has their own self-determinism, their own power of choice on how they want to live life, right? But if you can look at the opposite of the way to happiness, I don't think people want to go that route. It's it's don't take care of yourself. It's to cause harm to people. It's to do things to others that you really wouldn't want done to you, you know, and just you were going to go into a really dark hole. It's the opposite, right? So I think the way to happiness encourages people to look at the brighter side of life, look at how one can take responsibility for their own life. And it's up to each person to actually take responsibility for their own life, make good in their life, follow the way to happiness, and push their life forward. And if others are around them doing the same thing, we can have an amazing world. And definitely we should do that. We can start with the African lands. I know we're speaking to a whole group of Africans here on this African portal. I know there's people from the UK. You know, I think if we can just take this moment to look at the way to happiness and go, what can I do today to put a happier life into another person's hands? Then let's do it. Okay. Remember, you are also a person. So start with yourself and then go to another. So let's do that.
All right. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I remember, as I used to say every time, what is uniting us is stronger than what is dividing us. Love is stronger than hatred. So let's love ourselves and let's celebrate ourselves. Let's appreciate ourselves. Let's believe in ourselves. This continent will be more better if we can believe in ourselves. I really appreciate it. I believe so much in what you are doing, Nicholas, and that is why we give you this opportunity to come to the African Portal. I remember, before we round up this section, the African Portal is putting this on the space to let you know that for those of you that you are visiting Pretoria, we opened a new place in Hartfield. Remember, there is People's Island Restaurant in somewhere in Pretoria Central, but right now it's in Hartfield. So if you are in Hartfield, or if anywhere you are, you can eat good African food at People's Island Restaurant. Is here on Bonnet Street in Hartfield. So go there today. Go and enjoy African food. Food also is another way to get happiness. If you eat good food, you will be happy within yourself. So go and eat a very good food. Egusi is there, ewedu, amala, inyo, and all African food is there. You can just go there, make your booking. There's no African food that you want to eat that you will not find there. I think one of the things that Africa needs to be celebrated is our food, because we have variety of food as well that you can eat. Like, you can talk about pounded yam, you can talk about the fried yam, you can talk about cooked yam with the beans, you can talk about our jollof rice, you can talk about our fried rice. If you have not tasted jollof rice, go to People's Island Restaurant, go and eat jollof rice and be happy. God bless you. Have a very great week ahead of you and keep smiling. Nicholas, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. Keep smiling.
You're welcome.
Doing the great work you are doing. We're going to talk more behind the scenes to us. We can arrange for this week. This week is packed. It's my week. It's my month.
Happy birthday week. Happy birthday month.
It's July 4. So remember, it's America Independence Day and it is my birthday. So let's celebrate that great day in style. Keep watching the African Portal. God bless you. Have a beautiful day and enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye from here.
Is going, and above all, where their sons and daughters and mothers and fathers are going. And that's where it's at. Bugger the money, excuse me, but bugger the money. It's the lives that count.